Hello and welcome back to the Rosshall Ruchill Rumble. Final round, back 9. We're going to mix it up here. We've got a couple of new holes that we're going to introduce. But before we kick off, we're going to be concluding hole 10, 11 and 12 of the standard layout. Great to bring the Quake Tour back to the Ruchill. Let's see how they can close out the one-day tournament.
Nice to be with you again, Paddy. Looking forward to seeing some great disc golf.
I think it's all to play for, Seamus. I'm leading the way, but all to play for. Hole 10, down the hill. Option of a mid-range. Some people want to go a bit wider with a more stable fairway disc. The recent removal of these trees sort of gives you that natural gap that you want to hit following the drone. Let's see what Sam goes here. He's got the left hand and it looks like he's aiming high.
I think he's throwing that trust. Paddy, I must say you've put together a brilliant front nine. You're having the tournament of the year. I'm looking forward to seeing how this finishes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to execute those shots. I sort of should know the shots. I've installed a lot of the baskets. Just come a bit high here. I think the tree and the disc stayed up in the tree.
Unfortunate. Hey, Rick's throwing a fairway driver here. Or is that his force?
Gets the right height. Trust the disc to come down. Bit of a roll. Great result.
Well within range for Rick.
Chris is showing off his dice skills here. Also opting for the gap and parks it.
I think we just witnessed the pure line. Tricky putt for Sam. OB everywhere, lots of trees. Should be routine.
Yeah, so ended up a bit of discussion here. Unfortunately, the disc was above the OB's line, so unfortunately had to go back to the last point that was in bounds.
Yeah, you play one and then you play both out. If that's what you want to do.
That's how Ruchill's going to get you. Plenty of OBs to play in. There's a lot of paths in between fairways which just force you to be more accurate.
It's a good example of how to keep moving. Have a quick group discussion, make a decision, move on, keep the flow, keep the play moving.
Yeah, I was pretty grateful for the experience on this card. Tried to give it half an attempt there, maybe overcooked it. Rick's seeing if he can execute on the birdie.
Going for the birdie here.
Mid chains, always consistent.
Solid putt, Rick.
Nice start to the back nine.
Well, thank you, basket.
Shout out to Tiff in the background. Unfortunately, she picked up an injury on the move. Still showing support. Chris cleaning out the birdie.
Not an easy birdie to get. The OB everywhere. I'm sure that's not what you're looking for, Paddy.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate hole for me, but Ruchill's going to get you.
Sam picking up the par. That puts him one stroke ahead of Paddy and Rick. Going into hole 11. Here, hole 11's a par 3, 80 meters, 255 feet, which you can't really see on the video camera, is the steep incline. You got to give it a good rip. Keep it up the center, and you got a great shot at a 2. Walking away with a 3 is not so bad either.
Yeah, I think this was a great addition to the course. This was added after the original 9, and the uphill short just sort of adds a bit more of depth to the course. Rick coming a bit short, he'd be disappointed with that.
It plays all of 80 meters, if not longer.
Yeah, it also feels you can commit to it, and you won't get too far up there. There's a lot of generous leaves that will drop you next to the basket. Chris with a similar result to Rick. Sam going for the direct route, getting at the turnover. Great shot.
How you feeling after this, Paddy? You looking to get the par?
I know how to attack this hole. I just felt that I picked up the wrong wraith. Just got over on it. Took me into the woods a bit. Just sort of limits those birdie opportunities. I'm sure Rick would like to be a bit closer, but
Long birdie look.
still within his range.
A little short.
Yeah, the uphill putts. Just off left again. I think they just didn't commit to that one.
You caught another iron leaf.
Chrissy just missing out on those birdies by margins.
Emac Judge. Birdie.
Making it look easy.
Not really one of those must-get holes, but it's a good get. Pick up the birdie. Can't be too unhappy with a 3.
Yeah, there's not much potential damage around. There's plenty of fairway to play with, but you do need to execute to gain strokes on the rest of the
You
field.
don't want to be giving up strokes at this point.
Just closing out there. We'll be disappointed, but pretty opportunity in the next hole. This is hole 12, just from an elevated tee. You've got 75 metres, sort of downhill shot to the basket. You've got the option of going straight at it. You've got a nice wide hyzer line you can hit. Plenty of options available.
I really like this hole. Great addition to Ruchill. Just the way it's framed. How the hole funnels into the basket. Just frames the basket really nice. And the camber is enough to make you think about it.
Sam showing exactly how it should be done. Hitting it down. Hitting that ball. Rick also opting for the putter. A wee bit shorter than he would like, but within his range. Chris probably going a bit wider here.
Going Harp, you think?
I think so, but he picks up his more stable heart and just maybe comes out early release. He'd be disappointed with that. I'll go a bit wider with my Bard.
Sit down, stick.
We'll get one of those Ruchill rolls. Thank goodness the grass was left in the area.
That sets you up nice for a comebacker.
Let's see if Chris can attack this. Got a backstop behind it. Boom! Great to see Chris execute on that putt. Making the highlights reel more extended after his Rosshall morning.
Here's Rick, that strong bandana game. Definitely the strongest one in the group. See if you can't bring that to this putt.
Solid.
Well within range.
He's never too low, he's never too high, he's always right in the mid-plane. I think if I remember correctly, I was pretty nervous after those 2 big putts.
Nice putt, Paddy. Nice recovery.
Always good to pick up the birdies, feel like you've undone the damage. But I feel this is a must get on the course. It's a straightforward hole. Plenty of options in the line. Closes out a star frame. So that concludes the standard 12-hole layout at Ruchill. It's now time to get interesting. The guys are going to have to make their way up the hill to the first tee, and this is when we introduce a new par 4. We're going across the fairway, cutting off hole 1, and you're playing to holes 2's basket. So the fairway's quite wide, but you do have the path on the right, which kind of will be if wind is up, you've got the chance of turning the disc. Let's see if we can see some distance shots here.
Be interesting to see how they play this. I played it up on the hillside so I could have the long downhill throw, but if you got a good gun, nice strong arm, you can keep it low, make it over the rise, and set yourself up for a better second shot.
Yeah, I think Sam was a bit disappointed with that because you can really rip on it and take a lot of distance off it. I think Rick's just deciding which one he's going to full send. Worth noting, we've extended the tee on the left hand side so the players have a more direct run up. Doesn't get over on it. Heiser's out. Still not a bad result. Still got a straight line to the basket.
Landing up there sets up a similar second shot.
Chrissy looking to send this, I think. Gets it the flip, sends it wide. Great shot.
Yeah, that's the kind of shot I was talking about. If you got the arm, that's where you want to land. What are you throwing here, Paddy?
Throw my broken in Wraith, trying to follow Chris, get the disc to stand up. I think I just got a bit high on it, but thankfully the disc turned over and gave me a bit of distance. Just go high, take that break.
I do remember the weather turning here. I think we got a spell of weather. A little bit of Glasgow.
It wouldn't be a tournament in Glasgow unless you got at least 3 or 4 weather conditions on the day. Sam making it look easy. Gets close. Rick going for the Heiser line.
Probably 90 meters left of the pin, I bet. A little high in the basket there for Rick, but he certainly took a run at Calvin, or catch cam.
Yeah, it could be a tricky putt from there.
Going with the flick here, Paddy?
Yeah, I'm just trying to go with a standstill flick. I think it just turns it over and really put it deep. It's not where you want to be. I think just the backhand Heiser line. Chris is a cleaner line. Those trees were playing in my mind the right hand side, but he also probably fades off a bit early, but still a chance.
Solid up shot from Chris. Oh, you're looking at jail here. We got a low line.
I think it was pick one low and punch hard, and
Oh, you got it there.
managed to get out so I could save the par, but you'd be disappointed not to execute the birdie from the top of the hill.
Nice run from Rick.
Yeah, you'll notice Rick, he's always attacking the basket. He's always full commitment.
Nice 3 from Sam.
Sam making the hole look easy.
The way this hole shaped up, you can't be sad with a 4.
Yeah, yes, it's just linking up 3 clean shots, but disappointed not to follow the guides with the birdies.
Rick in for a par as well.
So moving on, we've got a hole 14. This goes back to an original design position, which was around the corner. Give the options of through the trees or also the risky shots, which were over the path. Keen to see what the players go up for here.
This hole will make or break your round. Low ceiling all the way. A couple of really good shots. You need a couple of good shots to wind up with a decent score. That drifts a little further right. He's going to be down the hill more than he wants to be, that's for sure.
It'd probably be in a great position for the shorter basket position. Chrissy trying to get high up the hill. This is a sort of the local line. Gets an unfortunate hit and a very unfortunate roll parked behind the short basket.
Great shot, wrong round.
And Chris is also trying to get it up high on the left. Managed to sneak 3. Should have an option for the birdie line. Similar shot to Rick, just sort of trying to place it. This is one of the few holes on the course where really you are trying to set up your second shot. Sam's got a fairly tricky line here. He can sort of go through the right hand side or try and get up and over.
I can't imagine you're not threading a needle here from about 40 meters. I kept it too low.
Yeah, the bank gets a bit interesting. I think I went a bit wide in this one. Got very lucky with the lie. The cobbles and the gutter are inbound, so I was very happy to see them cradling the disc. Chrissy trying to get creative from behind the short basket.
You really
forehand flex line.
You can really hear the rain coming down on you guys at this point. Rick with the nicest drive of the group.
Keeps it simple. Trusts his straight flying putter and gets where he needs to be.
Sam with a trust.
Ooh, gives it a run from distance. Pretty happy there. Should be a nice wee easy tap and par for him. Could have been a pretty epic 3.
Almost from way outside. Lofting that putter up there nicely. He usually makes those.
Yep.
Patty, you're looking at a downhill putt here. Kind of a death putt. Glad you hit the cage.
Yeah, I was glad to have hit metal here, but I had the fans behind me, so I had to give it a run.
Yeah, at this point of the day, most of the cards had finished their round, so the gallery was forming.
Right, closing out the 3. He'll be happy to stick with Sam.
He's certainly keeping pace. He's got a great shot here down the stretch. 4 holes to go. As long as Sam doesn't make any mistakes, Rick won't be able to catch him. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, Chris and I both disappointed. We used to play this hole quite often, but need to link up those 2 shots. Hole 15, Seamus.
Hole 15, par 4. Great hole, especially late in the tournament like this. You got to pierce this gap. Push something out to the right. The hole's wide open at this point. Sets you up for a great second shot. If you execute both shots, you'll get a drop-in 3 on this par 4. The 3 is what you need at this point if you're going to catch Sam and Rick, who are on fire.
Rick leading us off. I think he was the first player that I seen that really did attack that hyzer line to force a disc left. Maybe hits the early gap here, probably a bit too high. Unfortunate tree hit.
Quake Torque Claymore off the tee.
I think Sam corrects that angle and gets no risk. Perfect shot through the gap.
He pulled it right a little bit there, but I think he caught a branch and settled down. Lucky for him, he didn't go OB. Trusty Wraith here, Patty?
No, it's my PD, which is less stable, but same result as last time, just sort of hit that gap on the left and hyzered out left. Rick's managed to find the window. Full commitment.
Does the drama pay off?
Great skip. Great result.
Hopefully Chris did get lucky. He's taking his second shot here. As you can see from the ground, the sun has returned, so we're back to spring here in Glasgow. We'll see what the last 4 holes bring us in weather.
Chrissy utilising the weather conditions to get close.
Sam's second shot. Throwing at you, Mac Judge.
And
Oh,
parking
I'm sorry. That was his trust. Apologies.
Yeah, I ended up a wee bit left, having to go with that wider hyzer line.
Probably a little more pinched off than you want to be. Great shot.
Managed to get close to the tree, hopefully get a straddle out. Rick from deep.
Continuing a solid performance.
Yeah, this is one of Rick's key strength is he knows how to close out a tournament, he knows how to chase. He's been there before. Chris is just failing to execute. I remember feeling nervous after seeing that missed putt, hence the extra step. Same result, just not executing. Don't know if that's just the amateurs coming out, Seamus. We still need to mature into the MPO division.
You just got to reach back and enjoy all the good holes you had on the day.
Sam with the tap in, making it look easy.
Sam's pulling away, but Rick's certainly right there. Both with 4 birdies.
Yeah, now we're on to one of our safari holes for the day, playing off a sort of elevated tee. We're playing to an island green. Everything out with the green is OB, and you need to travel inbounds. If not, you're straight to the drop zone. 2 options available. You've got the wide hyzer, or you've got straight at it, and I think Rick is opting for straight at it.
This was a really fun hole. I remember playing this hole. Not a lot of options. You just got to execute your shot.
Rick going fairly safe down the middle. Probably just didn't give it what it needed.
Coming in a little fast. Let's see if he can stay. Yeah, he stays on the island.
Just didn't get it to flip where he needed it. Chrissy getting I think it's his BT harp out. Goes high. Trust the disc. Wee bit short, but should be in his range.
Yeah, right on circle's edge, if not closer. Came out of your hand a little early there. Looked like the hazard out.
Little early, little high, straight to drop zone. That's just the main mistake that can happen this hole. Rick over the top.
Nice run from Rick. Oh, I didn't realize Sam was that close. Backside of the grassy knoll.
That would have put a bit of distance between himself and Rick.
Don't know if he needed that one, but it certainly would have helped.
Disappointing look from Sam. He knows that would have put him a wee bit beyond Rick's reach. Taking his time, executing the putt.
Well, for these guys at 280 feet, 86 meters, if they're not going up and down, I'm sure they're disappointed.
Yeah, especially late in the round. This it can be a swinging hole, as I've experienced, but lead card MPO, need to execute. So hole 17, we're coming back to the original tee position, 115 meters, just really trying to get your understable driver that you can send out and hopefully gain as much distance off the tee as possible. Just trying to avoid the down the hill left, and picking up the 3 here is a good result.
It was that birch tree that caused me the most trouble. You just got to set yourself up for that birch. Either you're going under it or you're going around it. As long as you leave yourself a clean shot.
Ripper going for the left, gets a disc up. Great result.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. Set himself up nicely.
Yeah, it was great atmosphere on the card here. We had a lot of the Finnish players come to join, and the sun came out for the last few holes.
Sam throwing a Maverick up the middle. Nice to keep track of his discs. He only brought a few with him.
Just you.
Yeah, it was great to have a sponsored player come play an event because he truly knew his discs. Chrissy going for the high line, getting the distance.
Nice drive from Chris, making that adjustment so he doesn't go too far down left. Down the slope. Nice rip, Patty. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, I was just trying to get my wraith to stand up and try and get as much distance off the tee as possible. Chris, you're trying to get that spin to turn it over.
If Chris is the furthest away, we're looking at some 2 looks here. There's that pesky birch tree.
Nice control from Sam. That's a distance Rick can be dangerous from. Always giving it a chance. I'm going for more of a controlled upshot here. Pretty happy to clean out the 3, no damage.
Yeah, nice hole from everybody, it seems.
Sam with his trademark spin before the putt. Rick with his routine, disc in front. Whatever you need to do to make sure your putts are executed, stick with it. So final hole. Hole 18 is from the basket high up, heading down the hill past the original basket location before turning left. At this point, this is where you want to sort of land your drive, so you've got the option to attack the basket to set up the 3. Plenty of obstacles in the fairway, tricky basket location. Let's see how the guys complete the round.
Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Nice shooting for the beautiful.
I really like how this hole sets up for the 18th. Should be an exciting finish.
It's definitely a swinging hole. We've seen some mixed results over the years, so let's see how these guys can attack. Rick leading us off with an absolute smash. Puts a distance on it, gets a disc to turn left. That's going to be downtown. Whoa! Massive shot from Rick.
Sam throwing a turnover with the Maverick again. Might have turned a little bit early on him. See if he stays in bounds. A call from the gallery.
Great result for Sam.
That must have been close. Chris, who definitely has pin high power.
Chrissy sends it high. Hoping to match Rick. Maybe comes in a bit early, but still a great result.
Left yourself some work there, Paddy.
Yeah, just not executing off the tee, just putting it too high and straight to OB.
Will you be there? Oh.
Yeah. That's a risk.
Nice recovery. Should be able to go up and down from there, if not get it in. Sam, very lucky to stay in bounds.
Also gets a nice line down the path.
Is it going off the path here? Let's see. Oh.
Chrissy with a distance shot off, giving himself the option through the trees.
If he can't get squeaky through the trees.
He's got a lot of control with that spin putt he's got. Allows him to keep it low, keep it controlled.
Here's a long birdie look we know he wants.
Rick goes full attack. Wanted that eagle shot.
Nice upshot, Paddy. Didn't end like you wanted, but you had a great tournament there.
Yeah, I think I was lucky to play with some great players and got to see some great shots.
A little short there, Rick. He stayed in bounds. He didn't go OB. Bogey.
Chris closing out with a birdie. Great finish.
Yeah, great finish, Chris.
Great round.
Nice tournament, Paddy.
Yeah, I was disappointed to finish the end. I was sort of tracking Chris. I've been trying to track him all season.
Here's the man from Borderland.
Rosshall, Ruchill, Rumble champion.
Great round from Sam, coming all the way from Massachusetts. Brought a couple discs, borrowed a couple discs. Kept up with a great pace on the last round. You can see from the graph that he was just solid all the way across. Left it to the other players to catch him or fall behind. Rick did his best, 7 under. Brilliant round, 8 under. Don't know if it'll be matched. Time will tell on that one. Let's take a look at the final standings here. See what we have.
Yeah, closing out the tournament with a great all-day result is Sam, and Rick turning it on late. Unfortunately, just doesn't get where he needs to be. Also, shout out to all of the boys who finally showed up, John Bruce and Pete Dawson. Great to see them moving up the leaderboard.
After I won the tournament, I felt amazing. I can call myself an international disc golf champion. That was something I had never thought I would, be able to say. But I think we're already looking at planning some more trips to play some disc golf overseas. So it was really a super memorable experience. My expectations were just to see some new courses and to meet some new people. I only brought 4 discs from home, and I got 2 discs from Seamus, so I didn't really know how, and I didn't have my favorite, most, consistent approach disc, so I didn't know how I was going to play, but, I knew if I made some putts and just did my best, I could compete with whoever. Yeah, I was looking at the scores, but, you just got to play your game, and, what the other person does, you can't really control. So I'm always rooting for that other person to do well, but you just throw your shots and hope for the best. I was in Scotland because my buddy from high school was getting married. His wife really loved Scotland, so they decided to do a wedding. My girlfriend planned this big trip around it, and it just worked out perfectly that we were going to be in Glasgow this last day, and that there was a tournament.
First, I got to thank my sponsor, Latitude 64. They seem to be omnipresent around here, so thanks for supporting them. It's great. I got to thank Seamus for telling me about the tournament and hooking me up with some discs and a bag. I really enjoyed my card mates today, and thanks for Graham for driving me around to lunch, and really appreciate all of you. And if you ever come to the States, come play some disc golf.
Cheers, man.
All right, thank you.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Great to be in the booth with you again, Paddy.
Always a pleasure, Seamus, and thanks a lot for joining us here at Power Play Productions. Make sure you like and subscribe for exciting future Scottish disc golf coverage. See you in the next one.